Hi everyone, welcome to another Friday Craft Club. We hope you're enjoying your summer reading challenge. You've still got a couple more weeks to finish reading those books if you haven't done so already. Today we're going to be making cardboard cameras, plus a strip of film with your very own photographs on. So let's get our colouring pens ready and let's get making. To make your camera, you'll need some cardboard. Mine's just from an old delivery box. You want some coloured paper to make your camera lens and some plain paper to make your camera film. As always, you'll want a ruler, glue stick and scissors, and make sure you've got permission before you get any scissors out. You'll want some string and a hole punch. If you've got some coloured film or coloured tissue paper, then that's great. It's not essential, but it does give a little extra to the craft. And then of course, any colouring pens, pencils or paints that you want to use to decorate. So our first job is to draw out the camera. So get your ruler and draw out a box which is 15 centimetres by 10 centimetres. So that's 15 centimetres across by 10 centimetres wide. Next, what you want to do is just round off those corners. So just draw a slight curve in them so that when you cut it out, you know you want them to be rounded. Next, we're going to draw the buttons on the top of our camera. So in the middle, you want a trapeze shape. So that's going to be our camera flash. And then on the left hand side you want to draw a slightly smaller button, which is going to be our shutter button. Okay, so cut that out. And then you'll have something that looks a bit like this. So next we're going to make the lens for our camera. So get your coloured piece of paper and you want to cut out a strip or rectangle which is 24 centimetres long and roughly 4 centimetres wide, and then you're going to draw two flaps. So I'll show you what I mean. So we'll measure out 24 centimetres. And then draw 4 centimetre lines for the width and join those up. Then you want to draw two flaps. So they can be any size, and just space them out. So we're going to cut all this out. And there is your camera lens. So now fold your flaps and wrap your piece of paper round into a circle. Put a little bit of glue on one of those sides. And then hold it together just until the glue sticks. So you can just hold it there for a couple of minutes. Now this next section is totally optional, but what you can do is if you put your camera lens onto your cardboard and draw around the inside, so you've got a circle, and then get an adult to help you cut that circle out. So once you've cut that out, you should have something that looks a bit like this. And then get your coloured film or tissue, cut it to size and glue that over the back. Then flip your camera back over and we're going to glue down our camera lens. So just put a little bit of glue on each tab and place it over the hole, like so. So now it's time to paint and decorate your camera. So you can do it in any colour with any patterns on that you like. Once your camera is dry, bring it back in and you might have something that looks a little bit like this. So next we're going to draw 2 lines on either side and make cuts in them so that our camera film can run through the camera. So you want it to be 7 centimetres wide. Do the same on the other side. Try and make sure that they are level if you can. Now get an adult to help you cut those lines out. Once you've had those lines cut out, the last step for the camera is to get your hole punch and put a hole in each of the corner at the top. Then get your string and tie that through. And we'll just tie a knot in the end so it can't come through, and the same on the other side. That's great. Now you can wear your camera like a real photographer. So let's move on to making our camera film. Bring back in your plain piece of paper and we're going to draw out the different cells, which are the different pictures that you have on your film. So we're going to start off by cutting our paper to roughly 6.5 centimetres wide. And then I've just left it at the length of an A4 piece of paper. But if you want your film to be longer, you can use a bigger piece of paper. Next, I'm going to draw a line along the top and bottom. Just about 0.5 centimetre from the edge to make a frame. And then I'm going to split my film into 3 pieces. So each picture is roughly 9 centimetres wide. And then you've just got a little gap on either end so it looks like the film carries on after your paper finishes. So in each of these boxes you can draw a different picture, colour it in so it looks like film. Once you've coloured that in, you might have something that looks a bit like this, and then we can slot it through our camera. So you want to go underneath the middle section and back up through the next. Gently pull it so it goes flat. And there you have it. We hope you've had fun making your camera and your pictures, and we'll see you again next week where we will be making a shadow puppet theatre.